please welcome, not burnt out, just unscrewed!
I'm still Mike. And this is Alan, Monica, John, Gail, and Rob. This is your cast for this section of the show. We're going to start with a game called Foxworthy. How many people here know who Jeff Foxworthy is, the comedian? Excellent. For those who may not know, he's known for his line, "You may be a redneck if." So we're going to Foxworthyize some hobbies and professions. So in the chat, hobbies and professions from the crowd here. Hobbies and professions.
Phlebotomist.
Phlebotomist. Phlebotomist. Scuba.
Meteorologist.
Meteorologist. Oh, what was yours?
Ice fisher.
Ice fisher. Oh, nice.
Social worker.
Did I hear actor? I think I heard
Cartoonist.
what was yours? What was yours? Mortician. Okay. Okay. Let's get some hobbies from the chat.
Beer cap collector.
Beer cap collector. Okay.
Taxidermist.
Taxidermist for fun, you know. Okay.
The famous hobby of nurse practitioner.
Nurse practitioner. Okay.
And knitter.
Knitter. Perfect. All right. I'm going to read these off in no particular order, and the cast will Foxworthyize them for you. So, blankety blank blank, you might be a phlebotomist.
If you hear one vampire joke around Halloween one more time, someone's gonna die! You might be a phlebotomist.
If you practiced on oranges, you might be a phlebotomist.
If you have an endless supply of cookies, you might be a phlebotomist.
How about a scuba instructor?
If you think walking like this is sort of sexy, you might be a super instructor.
If you are surrounded by bubbles and that's not an exotic dancer, you might be a scuba.
If you enjoy eating Scooby snacks, oh.
If you've ever thought to yourself, I really should have learned American Sign or I may die, you might be a scuba instructor.
If your job makes you feel like you're under a lot of pressure, you might be a scuba instructor.
Whoa! Oh, they turned on you, Rob.
Just like that. Meteorologist.
If you thought about being a fortune teller, you might be a
If you're sitting in the audience here and you're gorgeous, you might be.
If they make you talk about space stuff at the end of your forecast, you might be a meteorologist.
If you're in Arizona and you're a meteorologist and you've had to say hot and sunny one too many times.
If you break both your arms and your legs and you have to wear forecast and you get excited, you might be a meteorologist. If you're never allowed to wear anything green at work, you might be a meteorologist.
Let's try cartoonist.
No. If that's where David Fitzsimmons draws the line, you might be a cartoonist.
If you're really very sad that newspapers are on the way out, you might be a cartoonist.
If you have a very two-dimensional personality, you might be a cartoonist.
How about a nurse practitioner? A couple hobbies.
If you do more work than any doctor and make 2/3 the money, you might be a nurse practitioner.
How about taxidermist?
You just can't say bye to Fifi.
If people get really nervous in your house because of all the things going, you might be a taxidermist.
If all the small animals in your neighborhood are missing, you might...
If you feel stuffy even before COVID, you might be a taxidermist.
If you have a jar of glass eyes that make everybody in your house nervous, you might be a taxidermist.
How about a knitter?
If you have a secret stash somewhere in a closet, only the knitters are laughing, you know? You might be a knitter.
If you couldn't make it as a crocheter, you
Before we start the craft wars, we're starting there. Alan and Gail, Alan, bring your thing with you. And we're going to bring our special guest, Shay Sorensen. How are you? We're going to have you sit here. Shay, I'm going to explain the game to you as I explain it to the audience. Gail and Alan, pretty good improvisers, but every once in a while they get stuck. And that's where you come in. Alan is going to touch you lightly on your right shoulder. Gail will touch you lightly on your left shoulder. When they do, just fill in that next line that makes sense to you, or word. Start with a word. If you work up to a phrase, that's great. But it works like this. I'm going to the store to pick up some apples. I use apples in my favorite dish, which is
Apple pie.
apple pie. Makes good sense. When you're sitting here under pressure, sometimes the mind will turn off. What's a backup word for Shay?
Porcupine.
I heard porcupine.
Okay.
If you can think of nothing else, say porcupine. You can say pretty much whatever you want. They have to make it make sense within the context of the scene.
Okay.
All right? These two are making final plans for something. What are they making final plans for?
Funeral.
Very, very literal. Very, very loud. Let's take it. Funeral, whatever that means to you. Take it away.
Marjorie,
James.
I am very emotional right now.
I can tell.
I'm just bursting.
Try to contain yourself. James. We're all going to miss him.
He was a great
Poet.
poet. He always moved me.
From one city to another.
He was the only friend I had that had a car.
Life is not going to be the same without him. He provided me so much
Pain.
pain. His poetry just went through my soul and touched all those little buttons and made me cry every time I listened to his poetry.
Oh, Marjorie, don't mention you're crying. It sounds too much like
Dolphins.
dolphins.
I have been told that before, James.
Marjorie,
Yes, James.
afterwards, would you like to go to a coffee shop, drink some coffee, and maybe eat some
Porcupine.
porcupine?
I'd love to, James, but I've always got sick to my stomach with porcupines. It bothers my ulcer. I'd rather have some
Pie.
pie. Some nice, creamy pie. It would be a good way to celebrate his passing.
I had another wave of emotion just then.
I saw it, James. I saw it. I saw it from across this room, and I felt the tremble in the floor. You're going to have to control yourself.
Yes, I am off the walls today.
But perhaps if you take a little
Vicodin.
Vicodin.
Oh, Marjorie, you know me so well.
It's always worked for you, James. Especially
Well, what about your vice? You take plenty of
Orange juice.
Orange juice. We know what vitamin C does to your body.
I'm cutting back. I'm now on the pulp free. James,
Marjorie.
I must tell you
Yes?
that before he went, he whispered in my ear and told me that...
I hate you.
He told me that he hated me, James.
That's nothing, Marjorie. Before he whispered that to you, he told me that
I've been poisoning you.
I've been poisoning you.
And scene! Very well done. Jay Sorensen! This next game is called Switch Left. It's for John, Rob, and Monica. 2 facing forward, 1 facing the rear. In the chat, I need a fan club. Give me a fan club of some kind. Put it in the chat. I'll come back to it in just a moment. So what we're going to see here is 3 scenes in quick rotation, starting with Monica and Rob. We're going to get a suggestion for each scene. Starting with these two. What's a fun place to work?
Disney World.
Disney World is your suggestion. Switch left. Whenever I say switch left, they're going to go into the next round of scenes. John and Monica, an event you'd like to attend. What's that?
Taco Tuesday.
Wow, Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, whatever that means to you. Switch left. And finally, these two are members of what fan club, Si?
The Lovers of Broadway.
The Lovers of Broadway. Lovers of
We got this.
Broadway. Okay, switch left. So let's remind ourselves, this scene is about or inspired by
Disney World.
Disney World. Switch left. This scene is about or inspired by
Taco Tuesday.
Switch left. This scene is about or inspired by
Lovers of Broadway.
I knew it.
In just a moment, I'm going to say switch left to begin. They have to switch to the scenes as quickly or as slowly as I choose. I can also say switch right. Switch left to begin.
Oh, Travis.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to digest.
I know.
You're gonna have to come to terms with it.
I know the 50th anniversary celebration is almost over.
I know. I just think you were part of it.
It was a beautiful part of
You were
beautiful
The
celebration.
most beautiful part of the most beautiful celebration of the most happiest
I
place
know.
on
I
earth.
won't get to wear this sequined Mickey Mouse uniform anymore after this.
Don't remind me. I'm going to weep at the thought of not seeing it on your body.
But unfortunately, no one can see me cry once I put on the giant head.
Switch left.
Arriba!
We've traveled far, but we finally made it here after years of waiting. Taco Tuesday.
Martes! Ah. Right?
Shrimp, beef, pork,
Shrimp?
shrimp tacos.
Oh, I've
Fish.
never heard of that before.
Oh, you poor child.
Am I deprived?
You are.
Oh, will you help me?
Of course.
Dun 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 dun.
Switch left.
Oh, the Hamilton lot ticket lottery. God, I hope I get it. God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it. I hope I get it. How many tickets?
Well, now it's over.
That's over.
And you did a wonderful job.
But you know what starts tomorrow?
The 51th anniversary.
Disney's 100th anniversary. Oh,
Wait.
new
I'm-
costume.
I'm 52. Will I make it?
Will you make it? Will you make it till tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Well, I've made it this far.
You made it this far.
I've made it this
You
far.
made it this far.
I think I can make it. Maybe we have a musical we could sing.
Switch left.
I have to say this to you. As ill as I feel, I want to spend every Taco Tuesday for the rest of my life with you.
Oh, I was hoping you would say that, only I ate the frijoles.
Good news!
Yes?
We're gonna be in the room where it happens. The room where it happens. The room where it happens.
It's been 75 years past the 100th year.
Genetic engineering is wonderful.
I'm so thankful for it.
And guess what they've done?
They've made it cry.
They finally brought Walt Disney's frozen head back to life. French fries.
I hate to say this, but I'm not going. I know I'm letting a Hebel ticket going, but I've got a part in a Broadway show.
Really?
I get to dream the impossible dream.
Pretty close. All right, we got one final game for our set here, and this is for all of the players. And for this, we're going to invite up our special guests, April Madison, Tina Giuliani, and Shay Sorensen.
Just first.
And we'll put you between them to come down a little further. All right. Good. But this is a game called Radio Dial. So, those of you above a certain age may remember when you're cruising around in your car, you had to switch the radio with a dial. Remember that? Up and down dial? We're going to recreate one of those and get different types of radio stations for each of these players, including our special guests. So, in the chat, put in some types of radio stations. And from the audience here, for John, from this half of the audience, what about for John?
Golfing.
Golfing, I think she said. The golfing? Yeah, okay. For Gail.
French rock and roll. French rock and roll.
Did you say French rock and roll? Yeah.
Oh, thank God you got that.
Rock and roll. All right, something a little more traditional for April. What we got?
Rap.
The what channel?
Rap.
For the long
I'm scared of taking that one. What was that? The Sopranos.
Oh.
The Sopranos? Can you do the Sopranos?
a radio station?
We'll find out.
What is it?
Is it like opera
I don't know.
sopranos?
Whatever
Like
Whatever
or like
means to you.
like the mob sopranos?
Maybe.
Whatever it means to you.
You want to take it or no? You want to put it on?
Sure.
Sure?
Okay.
She's going to do it. For Rob, what do we got here?
Hair club for men.
What for what?
Hair club for men.
Hair clip for men. I remember. All right, let's take a couple from the chat. What do we got for Monica?
The Rare Coins radio station.
Rare Coins Radio. Okay, for Tina.
I gotta do it. Local weather reports.
Local weather reports. All right.
Come on.
For Alan.
Emo punk.
Emo punk. All right. Do we have another one for Shay?
Oh, this was perfect. Nursery rhymes.
All right. So let's remind ourselves. This your radio station is
Golf.
Your radio station is
French rock and roll.
Your radio station is
Sopranos.
whatever that means to you.
Yeah.
Your radio station is
Hair club for men.
Your radio station
I
is
totally forgot.
Rare coin.
Rare
Rare
Coins.
Coins.
Your radio station is
The Weather Channel.
the Weather Channel. Your radio station
Emo punk.
and finally
Nursery.
Nursery Rhymes.
Yeah.
Nursery Rhymes. Whatever that means to you. All right. Let's see what's on the radio.
Hi, Brad. Can I talk to you about a sensitive topic? Sure, Sean. What's up? Jail, Brad. You know, as I've gotten older, I've noticed my hair isn't as lush and thick as it used to be. I don't know what to do. Well, you're in luck, because I am a spokesperson for the Hair Club for Men.
Hello, my name is Emo Phillips. I'm going to tell you about my favorite genre of music.
On a dark desert highway, cool whip in my hair. One smell of a word I don't know rising up through the air.
All right, you don't know the golf is a Scottish gang. And I'm going to give you a bit of the history of Scotland. You see, in the Highlands, we used to drink a bit, you know what I'm saying? And we get really bored, so I'd say, hey, fuck, I bet I can throw the sheep further than you.
We've got every coin you could ever imagine. Pesos, burr, nickels, coins, dimes, pennies, all of them. And you can collect them. And you can use them to buy things. This is Karen with 94.7 The Sopranos, and we're going to give you a top 40 list of the best hitmen in town. Baby shark doo doo.
This is a test of your national literature. It will be it.
Thanks for telling me about Hair Club for Men, Brad. This is my new girlfriend, Taylor Swift. Someday.
Oh, and then now on the top 100 French music, we are going to take you to Janis Joplin and singing Me and Bobby McGee. Me and Bobby McGee.
After a while, we got bored with throwing sheep, so I took a stick and a little round ball and I put it on the ground and I hit it, but weren't satisfying.
La la loo, la la loo, la la loo. And so in Arizona today, we're going to see really hot temperatures. And that's it, because that's all that happens.
Funny thing about spike bracelets. If I'm not careful, they tend to break the skin.
And this is Karen back with your top 40. On the top of the list, my husband Chris. One thing you need to know, you don't draw him on this show.